Hey all, hope you're doing great. This is Happy. Welcome back to the new coding recipe. In this video, I'm going to share about React events and functions. So let's dive in. As you can see here, my app.js and it's returning just hello world. And this is a pretty simple one, right? So let me put a button here, and what I do is I add a synthetic event on click equals to, and I'm gonna call a function which is handle on click. So I said I'm gonna call, but let's see what actually I am doing here. So it's showing me the error because I didn't define yet. So const handle on click equals to, let me console.log, hey, I am clicked. Yeah, so let me show this thing. So oh yeah, this is pretty small, so let me add some style to this. Let me put I'm just writing inline style here, so let me put 3rem, no, it could be better, 5rem, and height is 2rem. Let me see now. So a bit better, and I will write something like click me. Yeah, so I inspect and I am here on my console, and if I click, I'm able to see, hey, I am clicked. But what I said I'm calling the function. But the thing is, when you put this parenthesis, then it becomes a function call. But here I'm not calling, but I'm just giving the reference to the event. So on click, I'm just giving the function reference. So whenever on click is triggered, it holds this reference and it calls that. So I'm not calling directly. Whenever a synthetic event is triggered, it could be on click or on change, then it already has this reference. At this point it triggered, and hey, I have this reference, so I want to call this function. At here it is handle on click, and it did this thing. This is just a fat arrow function what I'm using here. But if I want to pass my name as a param, so I need to see, hey, I am happy, not clicked. So I'll put a val here to receive what I'm passing. And what I do is I'll put it simple, not string literals, but I'm just using val at here. And now what I do, I want to call. So I pass happy. So let me see what it's gonna do. So let me go to my browser. Oh, I didn't click yet, but it directly consoling, hey, I am happy. But I didn't click it yet. It should be triggered whenever I click, but that's not happening here. So if I click this, oh, it's not working at all. So the thing is, whenever you call this, React thinks, hey, this is not a reference, but this is directly a function call. So when this whole component is rendered, React checks this, and this is a function call, not a reference. By seeing this function call, it calls it on the fly. While rendering itself, it calls handle on click. It doesn't call when the click is triggered, but it calls while rendering itself. So that's the reason why I'm able to see, hey, I am happy in my console, even though I didn't click on the button. So if I want to pass a param, but I don't know how to pass that param, because if I want to pass the param, but if it's not working properly because React considers it as a function call and calls it in the rendering flow itself, but I want to pass something, so there is an option. So what I do, I give a callback kind of thing or anonymous function. So what this thing is doing is, it's not calling the function, but it's having a reference of anonymous function. Whenever onClick is triggered, then handle onClick will be called. So you need to have some knowledge of currying or callback in JavaScript. So or else closure. So the thing what we are doing here is I'm not calling at here itself, but instead I am giving it in a one more function, and it is not calling while rendering, but it will be called only when the synthetic event is triggered, which is on click or on change. So if I click, so I refresh this one more time and I click here, and whenever I click, I am able to see, hey, I am happy, and I want to click one more time, and you are able to see here the second time the count is 2 here. So if you want to pass some values to your function as param, but if you kept it directly, it will call off. But it shouldn't be called whenever it's rendering or loading. It should be called when the event is triggered. So one way is this, and we have another way. So we are using the proper closure style here. So handle on click, and I'm not returning console log, but it is returning a one more function. This is this closure concept of proper JavaScript. So handle on click is triggered, but it doesn't come to this console.log thing. It returns another function, but whenever on click is triggered, then only it calls this thing. So don't worry, I'll drop a link about currying, closure, and iffy concept of JavaScript, so you can refer that and understand these things in a better way. And as you can see now, if I do this, I saved, yes I did, and I refresh this one more time, and if I click, see, I'm able to see the same way as it is behaving before. So there is no problem to pass my param to this function. If I don't do this, and if I do directly, so it will call off on the fly. If I refresh, see, it's just calling off while it's rendering, and this click me is not working properly. And here I will say with input on change equals to the same thing that I do, which is handle on change, and the value. Okay, for now I'm not gonna write any value, so it will behave the way it is because it's an input field and it shows the value because of the DOM, not because of the React that we are passing a value to it. So const handle on change equals to same, I'm missing a val and I'm consoling the val, console.log val. And if you see my output, I have this input here, and if I type ASDF, I'm not able to see anything because whenever you do something, it gives an event. So at here on click, we are not using the event thing because it clicked and we are doing something by calling a function or by passing a param within that function. But if you want to get the value what user typed, you need an event, right? So what we do, I do this. It could be E or it could be ABC, whatever. But at this point, it holds a event. So if you want to see, okay, let me put ABC itself, ABC, and let me go here, and to say this, I typed A, I got a synthetic event. D, F, ASDF, I'm getting events here, but I want value from this input. So in the sense what the user typed. So if you see this, I have a lot of functions, and from this I'm gonna get a target thing, and this I'm gonna have my value. So let me go to my code, and I'm getting val here. Okay, so that means I'm printing event, not val. I'm printing an event. So let me do this, val dot target dot value. So from this event I'm getting a target, and from that I'm getting this value. So if you see here, ASDF space semicolon LKJ, so it's perfectly fine. So in this way we're gonna have our values with what input, and I kind of want to do at this level only while passing itself. So target dot value. So at this level you need not to worry about anything. You are just receiving a string of value that the user input and you're gonna print. So yes, oh, I'm getting undefined. So see, I wrote e here, but I wrote e dot target dot value, but it should be working, right? So let me see, space, okay, e dot target dot value. See, I just wrote value, but it should be, I mean, I just wrote val, but it should be value. All right, a bit of debugging, yeah, just for a minute. Yeah, this is working perfectly fine. So in this level we need event, but at this level we don't want an event because we do something with that function call. And if you want to check the event even at here, yes, you can do it. There is no problem at all. E, instead of happy I'll be passing e. And let me show you something here. Oh, I did some wrong syntax. So let me show you something here. Where is my, yeah, if I click, oh, it's not working. So the thing is, yeah, I already have one anonymous function, and this is not returning the console, but this is returning one more function. So I can remove this thing, or else I can do the currying style call. So let me be a bit crazy, a bit. So yeah, if I click, yeah, I'm able to see, hey, I am object. But why I am saying, hey, I am object? Because I am trying to append with a string. Because of this, I'm able to say object. So let me remove this and let me directly print the val the way it is without doing any type conversion kind of thing. And if you do this, you are able to see the same event is being triggered as for on change, but there will be difference for on change event trigger and on click event trigger with these things. So yeah, this is what with the synthetic events and the way you play with functions to pass some params, or the way you call such things. And in the next video I'll share about use state by using this example button. I'll make you to understand a bit in a better way about hooks use state. And if you have any other opinion, so there is something that clip for you, and that's it.
Hope you enjoyed the coding recipe, and the things that I have shared are completely opinionated. If there is any modification or improvement, please drop it down in the comment section. So I will learn from them. We all can cook happy codes. And don't forget to call the YouTube API by clicking on the subscribe button. And make those two boolean values to true by clicking on the like icon and the bell icon. And thank you again. We all cook happy codes.